Hello, hello. Welcome to Mystic Moons. Today we are going to explore some guidance from the universe where your luck resides. That's what we're going to check out. Let's see, 1 minute. Just putting on some touches. Okay. Just some incense makes everything very nice. And let's go. Thank you for the like. So yes, I got this incense sampler pack that has some flavors that I normally use, or scents that I normally use. But then it has some other ones that I haven't smelled in a while. In fact, it's just about ending. So yes, where does your luck reside? Let's go and get in touch with some guidance, some reminders about our core talents, back to the basics on the simple ingredients where we shine. Maybe we're aware of them. Maybe we're overlooking them. Maybe we are overcomplicating things more than they need to be. But anyway, we're here to go and take a look and see what the energy is on that. One moment. Okay. For these readings, I'm going to invite you to think about, normally with the signs, like for instance, I have done Jovian messages on luck, fortune, destiny, because there is a Jupiter transit till next June in Cancer, where Jupiter is exalted. So for those readings, for instance, I encourage people to think about their Jupiter sign and where that's located. For here, you can definitely consider your major placements, your sun, moon, and rising. You can also consider your Jupiter placement, as that is the planet associated with luck and expansion. But as I said, I'm keeping these at a very high level. Really go with what you feel. Maybe Jupiter in this case really isn't the energy to focus on for some. Maybe it is your outward persona that's your real gift. Maybe it's your intuition. Maybe it's how you project yourself. Maybe it's who you align yourself with. So many different aspects that can go into each person's individual luck to tap into their true path, to have their destiny unfold. So Thank you for the likes. Yes, if you appreciate my time, do give me a like. And if you have any comments, do share. And I think we'll get started. The first sign, the first element we're going to check out. Let's do Virgo. We're going to start with earth signs. So the Virgo collective, significant Virgo placements. Where does Virgo's luck reside? That's what I want to see. Virgo's luck residing. I have Empress. Virgo, a natural people person, Virgo. You draw people to you. Also, to Virgo, you're the perfect person that someone wants to partner with you on their team, with you putting your expertise, your general presence, your touch to a situation evens things out a lot more than can be done before. Virgo, you bring harmony. That's what I see, first of all, for your luck and destiny. You are more than the glue. You're the foundation, and you're the earth and the sky, Virgo. Hello. So let's go and find out more about this Empress. Empress gets a 9 of Swords. The World. And Temperance. Virgo, you are the glue that holds people together, but sometimes some people aren't ready for such magnificent or such, sometimes people can't believe the success they have or the potential for success that they have. Because what I have here, Virgo, Empress clarified also by the World and Temperance. This is someone who can go and, carve out that next era for people. Carve out success for people. The only thing is 9 of Swords in here, self-doubt. Could that be your self-doubt, Virgo? Could it be the self-doubt of other people believing this is too good to be true? Also, too, World, Temperance, and Empress. All three of these energies, well, even the Wheel of Fortune, Virgo, they ask for time, patience. 9 of Swords doesn't really have that much patience, actually doesn't really have a very clear sense of boundaries, space, time, clarity. So things can get distorted here, Virgo, when what people are presented with is a promise of growth in a really significant way. But ultimately, Virgo, where your destiny lies, where your luck lies, is that you really have the ability to magnify, expand, grow, almost in a very good way, blow up ideas and situations to a potential they would not be able to realize, to a quality they would not be able to realize otherwise. We can find out a little bit more about this, Virgo. Nine of Swords. It gets 10 of Cups. There could be in here impatientness. Also, too, one could be worried about the quality of fit within a team. I do think, though, under Nine of Swords energy, this is also still questioning the authenticity of the opportunity that's in front of them. And again, with another 10, Virgo, all about time. Virgo, with a little bit of time, that's all you need to go and achieve your goals. Patience, because everything that's built is long lasting. Everything that's built is solid. Everything that's built will be quite impressive. The world gets a Fool, Queen of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. I also get in this energy, Virgo, for where your luck resides. Virgo, if anybody is taking too long or is putting you through too much of a trial period, to start to allow this growth to happen. If anybody is taking too long, Fool, Queen of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, to kickstart things off energetically, enthusiastically, with their full 100%, well then, Virgo, time to go off and seek the new phase, the new location, the new person, the new situation that allows for that, Virgo. Because what I have here is that also too, where your luck and destiny, what you need in order to go and tap into, grow, magnify your luck and destiny, are definitely people who are enthusiastic and willing to take risk. Willing to take risk, Virgo, as I said, your ideas are so, or what you can bring, the promise of it, so good that people don't believe it. Well, some will and some won't. Search for the people, Virgo, that believe in what you do, believe in what can be done together. With the right people, Virgo, things go very fast. Temperance. Temperance gets a Wheel of Fortune. We have 310. Do we have 310s? We have a whole bunch of beginnings in here. No, we don't, but we have the Fool. Lots of beginning and ending of time, Virgo. I think also, too, let me say in this energy, where your luck resides, Virgo, is that you have the ability to cut cycles shorter. Likewise, too, Virgo, if you engage in them or if you give time and credence to them, Virgo, you can stretch things out perhaps unnecessarily. You have the choice, Virgo, of deciding when a new cycle should begin. You can create new beginnings. High Priestess, Five of Pentacles. Temperance, under the Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, and the High Priestess. Virgo, the way you should move and the way you should operate, the way in which you seek growth, you cultivate growth, should not really follow the norms of society, Virgo. More so, Virgo, you should go with your gut. Virgo, don't tell me with the Moon, High Priestess under Temperance that you can't sense a situation for what it is. You can't sense the authenticity, the stability, the pureness of a situation. Because what I have here is really intently knowing how things will go, how stable things are, and how they will continue to be. Nothing can be hidden in this energy. This is not something that you have to go and experience to go and know how it'll turn out, Virgo. This is more in this energy, Virgo. Like you have a feeling how things will turn out, and eventually you stick around in that situation long enough, it comes out true. So those are some elements to keep in mind, Virgo, for where your luck lies. Do I have some significant energy here? Well, I have a lot of tens, as I said before. I have new beginnings, worlds. The Fool, Ace of Pentacles, the World, 10 of Cups, and Wheel of Fortune all speak of beginning and end points of time and of situations. The Empress here, too, is almost like the glue of that, or the vehicle, I'll say, the vehicle to guide your intuitions in, or yourself rather, by intuition, in and out of phases, in and out of situations. But ultimately, what I have here, Virgo, is that keep in mind for the growth that you want, you shouldn't be made to wait very long for it, Virgo, before you start given the tools to create your own legacy. And something quite stunning, something quite to be proud of, Virgo. There are people who definitely will not believe that you can do what they sense they can do. They don't want to go and give that chance. Seems too good to be true. And those people, Virgo, you don't need to prove anything to. So that's where luck resounds, or resides rather, for Virgo. Let's go and see our next sign. To Scorpio. Scorpio collective. Where does luck reside for Scorpio? Death did not want to go away, did it, Scorpio? Of course, death is Scorpio's energy in the major arcana. A little bit contentious energy, change that's necessary, change that's needed. Also, to Scorpio, in this energy, it's almost like, what do you accept being put on you? How much do you swallow words, Scorpio, that should be said? Maybe you swallow those words, Scorpio, because, you have needs. You have to. Plenty of reasons why someone would keep quiet for a particular gain, to protect a certain type of thing. But in this energy, Scorpio, I have that there are certain things that you've kept quiet about. Or if you have spoken about it or dealt with it, maybe you've dealt with it indirectly, too indirectly. You need to be more forthcoming. Scorpio, you need to be more, I'm not even going to say offensive, more direct. Scorpio, where your luck lies, almost to where your power lies, is literally your directness to cut the bird poopy. Also, too, if something is being said, something is being done, Scorpio, someone is acting in a way that you can tell is full of bird poopy, you need to call that out, or at least address it. Address it at the moment. In this energy, Scorpio, this is very much like not taking BS from anyone. So therefore, people know that when they come to you, Scorpio, and they act all sideways with you, Scorpio, well, they know that they won't get very far with it. Let's go and see what else we have. Five of Swords. Five of Swords is clarified by a Nine of Wands, 10 of Cups, and a Three of Cups. Scorpio, where your power lies, where your luck lies, is your independence, is your ability to set yourself apart, is Scorpio in your also ability to see things clearly. Also, too, the more you don't play games, Scorpio, the better for you. It alienates you in some ways, definitely, Scorpio, but it magnifies your power. It magnifies you, too, to those who really, who you really are meant to be with. A small circle ultimately is what I have here for you, Scorpio, of collaborators, of friends, of people, your people. But they're really all that you need, Scorpio. And definitely, Scorpio, what I have here, where your luck and your destiny lies, is definitely in your ability to stand tall, stand firm, stand independent, and to your own values. Definitely, Scorpio, don't take even faint traces of crap from anyone, Scorpio. Because your power really lies in being a beacon. And in being that beacon, Scorpio, that's precisely what draws what draws the right people and the right situations to you. Directness, Scorpio, is where your power lies, where your luck lies. Let's see. our next sign. Did I just flip this inside out? No, I didn't. All right. Our next sign. Aries. So, Aries. I should probably write this down because very soon I will forget who I've read for. Let's see. Pencil, and I have paper. I need to get paper, Aries. 1 second. Okay. Let me see. Who did I do first? I did Virgo. A Virgo, and then I did Scorpio. Now I'm doing Aries. Okay. Now, Aries. Where does Aries luck lie? In your wands, Aries. 4 of Wands is Aries energy, the lovers. Prince of Cups. What affectionate energy you have, Aries. You know, Aries, the people who support you, the true people that support you, it's almost like you can rally people to your cause, or you know how to hit the right notes with them. You know how to inspire them to loyalty, to warmth, to wanting to be part of your circle, part of your foundation. Four of Wands gets Ace of Cups. Seven of Wands. And Nine of Wands. Aries, where your luck resides really are in the people who are around you, finding the right people to have around you. Likewise, let me say, Aries, that if you don't have the right people around you, they will probably drag you down, delay you, create instability in what you want to create. But ultimately, what I have here in terms of where your luck and power really resides is your relationships, probably too in this energy, Aries, your soulmates. We had lovers as a bottom of the deck energy when we pulled Four of Wands. Lovers speaks to soulmate energy. King and Queen of Cups, a pair, speaks of soulmate energy. Four of Wands also speaks of soulmate energy. And then we have Ace of Cups, Seven of Wands, and Nine of Wands. Definitely, it's important to find the right people, especially in your case, Aries, or at least in the message I'm pulling right now. And it needs to be the right partner who, again, supports you. Because let me say, too, in the energy that I have here, Aries, while you definitely can endear people to you, call people to you, have a lot of people around you, perhaps, Aries, a danger would be is that you would carry a lot of weight for others. Like they would support you in order for you not just to do 50% of the work, but they would support you so that you would do 200% of the work because you could do it so well. Lots of energy I have here, Aries, to just to do from you. And with the right person, right people by your side, Aries, you could go and magnify that gift of yours to do 200%. With everyone doing 200%, all of you can be doing 1,000% better, faster, more. But likewise, if you're with someone who is not your equal, then you will be the one who's just putting out that magnified effort and pulling others along. A little bit of a warning in there. We'll go on to the next sign. So I actually read my Princess of Cups as Scorpio energy. I already did Scorpio. So I'm going to fold that back. The star. Aquarius. So Aquarius. Where does Aquarius's luck reside? You know, a lot of the readings I do for Aquarius speaks of a lot of talent, a lot of luck. Some signs have innately some very interesting energy around them, and Aquarius is definitely one, especially in the astrological notes I get. Aquarius has some very strong energy towards luck. But let's see, Aquarius, where does your luck reside? Oh, I put that in upside down. King of Swords, Five of Swords, bottom of a deck energy. Of course, Five of Swords is Aquarius energy. In this energy, Aquarius, you could rush through Five of Swords, King of Cups, Princess of Swords, Five of Cups, Prince of Pentacles. You know, in this energy, Aquarius, you could run through a lot of ideas or a lot of, I don't know, almost like summarized paragraphs, introductions. You could be exposed to different things in you, different opportunities in you, looking through the windows of what could be in this energy. And as you look through what's available, what's out there, almost as you window shop, Aquarius, as you go out and experience more and more, Aquarius, you begin to filter out more and more what it is that you like. Where do you feel excited? How do you feel excited? but there's still an indirectness as well. That which you like, that which you'd like to go towards. How much do you, or how open are you about it? I don't know, something about Five of Swords here in this energy. We don't have a lot of transparency. We have a lot of inner voice plans. Quiet thoughts, silent movement towards what it is you love, what it is you'd like to love, where you'd like to go. So, King of Swords. King of Swords gets a Knight of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, and a 7 of Cups. Aquarius, where your power lies is once you choose. Once you start choosing Aquarius, once you start choosing a location, a base, a trade, once you start choosing the path that excites you, you'll find that that path has many different avenues of its own inside of it. But I feel, Aquarius, the place where your luck resides is in choice. One choice will lead to another choice, which leads to another. And I feel like it does start with, what do you consider home? What do you consider your path? Who do you consider your people to be? What kind of routine do you have? All those sorts of things could start from a person, Aquarius, could start from a location and then narrow down. Anyway, that's where your luck resides. Let's go and see another sign. We have Cancer. Let's see for Cancer. Where does Cancer's luck reside? Oops, the Four of Cups wants to come out again. And I want actually that card. Prince of Cups. I have to say, Cancer, your luck resides with you really evaluating that. Some things perhaps that you have affection for, or that the directions you like to move towards, perhaps those things are just simply not the best, which is why you need to have freshness in moving towards that which you love. You need to constantly redefine what it is that you love. So from there, and Three of Pentacles. Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles. Well, not particularly hard to read, but odd. Not everyone that comes towards you, Cancer, are people who you should engage with. They can sap your luck, and they can leave you, Cancer, with more emotional weight than what you ever had before. I'm going to say, Cancer, be guarded against those who you allow to get closer to you, regardless if you have them close as acquaintances, as friends, as love, as family. Doesn't really matter in this energy, Cancer, because even if you may see them in a certain way, as friends, as acquaintances, as family, as love, Cancer, they could see you completely in a completely different light. And as they see you in a completely different light, as they try and work their own agendas, if you're emotionally vulnerable or at a vulnerable state, those people could hurt you, Cancer, a whole lot more. And then their energetic residue just kind of, well, it's something that you don't need to experience, you don't need to be burdened with. But it's like here, even the most casual of people who could enter into your social circle, those people can leave sludge. And so, first of all, Cancer, where your fortune, your luck resides is really in protecting who do you allow to come close to you, who do you allow to help you, who do you speak to, who do you allow to get close. Lots of people, Cancer, waiting to come closer. Not all those people are good. That's the message I have for Cancer in where your luck resides. Be cautious of who you allow to come too close or just close in general. Let's go and get our next sign. Next sign. Is that two cards? I think it is. Is it one card? It's two cards. Four of Swords, Libra. Actually, my counter on this video just went down to 4 minutes. Pretty sure I've been here for at least a half an hour, if not 45 minutes. Does that mean that 40 minutes went away? I guess so. Anyway, sometimes it does that. I have been here for more than 4 minutes, as I think I just did 5 signs. which would be the equivalent of probably 45 minutes of the way that I've been talking. Anyway, we're on Libra. Libra. Where does Libra's luck reside? Knowing when to cut things off. Also, to seeing your own value. Being aware of your own value, keeping constant appraisal of who you are, your gifts and your talents. And then being with that awareness, Libra, being able to judge situations and that which is connected with situations into how much do you wish to entertain those things that are worthy or not worthy of you. In this energy, Libra, it's like you don't need to overthink things. You don't need to go and invest any more time to see how things will play out. Libra, it either is or it isn't. That's the first thing to consider when it comes down to the question of where your luck resides. First, your luck resides in acknowledging self-worth, and then using that as a litmus for where you are. Is where you are, Libra, celebrating you? Is it supporting you? Is it aiding in the growth of you? Is it adding burden to you? So, Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles gets a 3 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, and a King of Wands. Your partnerships are very important to you, Libra. You shouldn't be afraid to go and end those partnerships too, regardless of circumstances or history or things of that, or perhaps value changes. Maybe maybe your progression doesn't match where other people are remaining. Maybe other people's progressions off into other areas doesn't align with you and your core. But where your luck and your prosperity lies is definitely being in the right circles, interacting with the right people. And the right people should be idea people for you, Libra, people who give you motivation and support to go forth and do what you're best at. That's where your luck and your luck resides. A strong support system and fostering that strong support system, Libra. If you don't have that strong support system to start with, Libra, then it's better to be alone. It's better to be alone and wait for the right type of people to come to you, because that's when you will truly elevate and soar rather than be a raft that pulls everyone else along. Let's go on to another sign. I already did Libra. Gemini. Let's see where Where does Gemini's luck reside? Justice. You don't need a lot of time, Gemini, to understand how things are. Gemini, what you see at first glance, chances are, Gemini, you are correct. Go with your gut, Gemini. What you see, what you perceive, how you evaluate. It's pretty accurate, Gemini. Also, too, Gemini, in this energy, I do think you're a detailist of some sort. Of course, whether that's a detailist taking in the broad situation or the small nuances, either way, Gemini, the important things don't escape your attention. Maybe too, Gemini, you could feel like, perhaps you could feel like there is no particular reason why you should come down so heavy on someone, judging someone. But as I said, how you perceive things is pretty accurate, Gemini. You don't have to go and be burned by fire, Gemini, to know it's hot. To know you don't have to be burned to know the state of being burned. It's a whole bunch of crackled, charred flesh. You don't need to go and experience something to understand how it would be. So take that gift of clarity, that gift of examination, that gift of judgment, and trust in it, Gemini. At first glance, you probably, first 5 minutes, first 10 minutes, first interaction, Gemini, you know exactly where something lies, exactly who you're dealing with, and trust that. 6 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, and so significant Virgo energy here, Gemini, with Hermit and 9 of Pentacles. Both, of course, are in the numbers of 9s as well. Also very independent energy, very self-resilient energy. Gemini, where your fortune lies should be, first of all, where your luck resides, should be in your courage to be yourself, and also to engage in the right situations. Don't necessarily go with something, Gemini, or be a part of something because it's easier than being alone. Because when you have this intense energy, Gemini, when you can see things for as they are, you don't need to engage in redundancies. Too much effort stagnates you too much. If you can't find the people and situations that you wish to engage in, better to be alone. You can already see who they are. Just because you can see their pros and cons and adapt to them and anticipate them doesn't mean you have to engage with it. Take the foresight of understanding a character and a situation as the gift it is and engage with only the best, Gemini. Not that, oh, there's this list of pros and that list of cons. You have plenty of cons by yourself, Gemini. You don't have to go out and be accepting or overlooking others. Go for the 100% Gemini. That's first and foremost how to tap into your luck. And if all that you have at this moment is yourself for the 100%, then know that that's the best place to be. As with Six of Swords and Three of Pentacles, many scratches, lots of time in between getting to the places you need to be, getting to the people you need to be with. Hello. Now let's go on to the next sign. So I did all the air signs. Let's see who else we have. The Wheel of Fortune is always ambiguous to me in terms of energy. And that princess in this deck is ambiguous as well. Who do we have? I already did Scorpio. Well, we did two water signs. We have Pisces. Let's find out where luck resides for Pisces. Oh, thank you. Cancer. I actually did Cancer. Was my 5th or 6th reading from the beginning. Which actually, maybe I should write it down. Who did I do? I did Virgo, Scorpio, Aries, and then I think I did Aquarius, and then I did Cancer, and then I did Libra, and then I did Gemini. So now we're going to go on Pisces. Yeah, so if you go back, probably, I don't know, these readings take about maybe like 5 to 10 minutes. Just go back a little bit. Well, also too on my video, I was doing 45 minutes, then it went down on the timer to 4 minutes after I did 45 minutes. So somewhere around the 45-minute mark of the video, I don't know, somewhere around there. But that's the order that I've done so far. Virgo, Scorpio, Aries, Aquarius, and then Cancer. Libra and Gemini. All right, Pisces. Let's go and see for Pisces. The Tower, Pisces. Hierophant, Pisces. Pisces, where your luck resides, where your ability resides, is innovation. How things have been, Pisces, is not how they should remain, Pisces, once you come upon it. Pisces, you are more than the spark. You are literally the gasoline and the spark. You go bold and big, Pisces. You also challenge, Pisces. That challenge probably isn't always appreciated, Pisces, but yet people can't help but be drawn to it, be intrigued by it. Not that I would think in this energy, Pisces, you would care. Because what I have here is doing your own thing. Breaking out of how everyone else does things, how everyone else operates. That's their deal. You have your own deal. Let's go and see more about this tower. I have 3 of Wands, Hermit, and Ace of Pentacles. Also, too, Pisces, in this energy, well, I was saying what I said in the beginning. And let me add to that, Pisces, in this energy, where your luck resides is not where you started out. It's like two Pisces constantly being pushed from one state to another, from one location to another, from one group to another. Very much a traveler's type of energy here, whether that's a traveler's of ideas, Pisces, a traveling of locations, a traveling of people, or perhaps all three, Pisces. Here, there's a lot of push for you to go out, for you to experience that which you haven't experienced before, for you, Pisces, to see the other line. There are lessons and introspections and perspectives, Pisces, that you're meant to experience, you're meant to consider more than just on a surface level. What do they call that type of traveling, Pisces, when you just don't go for a couple days or well, it could be a couple weeks, but you like immerse yourself in a location. But you don't immerse it as yourself. So many people say, Pisces, they travel and they like the whole reinvention that they can do of self. Nobody knows them. And they can start off with a seemingly new slate. But yet, Pisces, those people, they still act the same as they did in the previous place that they were in, probably as they did when they were back home. Some people say they like the reinvention, but they're still bringing their same selves to new locations and new people and recreating the same scenes, just at a different location with a different cast. But what I have here, Pisces, is that you going to new locations, new people, a new cast. And each time, Pisces, you do reinvent yourself. And as you reinvent yourself, Pisces, the you that was you before is nothing like the you now. And even the you now, Pisces, is transitory. There's a fruit fly here. Even the you now, Pisces, is transitory to the you that you'll be in your next situation. Chameleon colors here. That's what I have for Pisces. Well, tarot cards are just a tool. I would say that it really comes down to your gifts. For instance, I don't necessarily need cards to feel out a situation. It's a convenient tool, just like, for instance, you could go and swim in the ocean. You could swim in the ocean with your bare feet. You could swim in the ocean with flippers. You could swim in the ocean with those type of water shoes, those mesh shoes, whatever they're called. I mean, there's many different things you can put on your feet to get going, but still ultimately it doesn't change what you're doing. And tarot is the same thing. Which is also why sometimes, just talking or thinking about a situation or a person is all that you need to link up with the energy of what's happening. So a tarot card's accurate. It's not about the cards. They're a tool. No different than if I was to read smoke, or if I was to read bones, or if I was to read salt. As long as I give a meaning and interpretation, I start to develop a lexicon with what's happening if I use tools at all. But no, you don't need tools. I don't need tools. But that's all that it is a tool. Just like, think about it this way. To write a story, you could use a pen and pencil. You could use, or pen and paper. You could use a keyboard and a computer. You could use a tape recorder. Likewise, you could just go outside and tell your story to the wind. But it doesn't change what you're doing. It's still creating a story. So that was Pisces. So we have fire and earth left. We have, I'm just going to write this down. We'll do Sagittarius, we'll do Leo, and then we'll do Capricorn and Taurus. All right, so Sagittarius. This should be a very interesting time for Sagittarius, considering that Jupiter is in an exalted state, or anybody with significant Sagittarius placements. Do consider where your Sagittarius placements are. Should be interesting. But anyway, Sagittarius collective, where does your luck lie? Infinity, Sagittarius. All doors are open to you, Sagittarius. All you have to do is simply choose a direction and go to it, Sagittarius. Go through it. Many opportunities are here for you, Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, are you perhaps dampening that which you love, that which you'd like to do for love, with perhaps feeling some pangs of what the right thing would be, what the logical thing would be, how things should be? There's a little bit of conformity here with Ace of Swords, despite the fact that we have all this freedom here. But Sagittarius, know that you have a lot of open doors, a lot of possibilities. And Sagittarius, you can trust your heart. You can trust your gut. Don't necessarily need to think something too much, too long over, Sagittarius. Your feelings about a situation is enough. In fact, I would say, Sagittarius, how you feel about something listen to that first, Sagittarius. Not really think first, act later. How do you feel about a situation, Sagittarius? It's almost like your feelings are a more accurate litmus than you trying to see the situation that's presented to you, or examining a situation. I guess I'm also going to say to Sagittarius, the reason why you should definitely trust your gut, your heart and your gut, is because what is being presented to you, what you can logically distill from a situation or a person, Sagittarius, is just that. It's surface level, and it's also what that situation or person presents, but it's not what actually is. What something appears to be and what it actually is are two different things. And Sagittarius, one can get confused with, logically speaking, a situation appearing like it is an apple, when in fact that situation may be a hurricane, an entirely different thing. So the moon for Sagittarius, I think I had 3 of Cups. Well, I already folded them back. I did think I saw 3 of Cups for Sagittarius, not sure. Significant Cancerian energy here, Sagittarius. 3 of Cups, Chariot, 2 of Swords, and the Moon. Sagittarius, where your luck resides, literally is in your gut feeling. By going with what makes you happy too, Sagittarius, is the direction you should choose. To go against that which makes you happy, those who make you happy, Sagittarius, is definitely not the way to go. Have the courage, Sagittarius, to pursue that which you love, that which you're interested in. Be resolute in resolute in the feeling that your gut gives you. You are on the right track. Where your heart leads is accurate. That gut feeling is true. Let's do, actually, I think I want a seesaw between signs. So we'll do Taurus, actually, and then we'll do Leo, and then we'll do Capricorn. Go back and forth. Okay, next one will be Taurus. Let's see. Taurus Collective. Where does luck reside for Taurus? Immediacy. Taurus, things should not take very long. The important things, Taurus, should not take very long. If they take very long, Taurus, first of all, they don't need to be, Taurus. I don't know, Taurus. What I have in this energy is that the things that you want, you can have faster rather than giving something more time to bring that which you want. You don't have to wait very long in this. This is immediacy. Immediate success, immediate gratification. Taurus, you don't have to wait long, so why wait? So we have 6 of Wands. Strong fire energy here. Haha. Taurus, do you have significant fire energy. Let me also say, too, in this energy, Taurus, of course, Seven of Pentacles is Taurus energy as well, if I didn't call that out. Let me say, in this energy, too, Taurus, you have immediacy. You also, Taurus, where your luck resides is you inspire. Very inspirational, Taurus, very motivational, Taurus. People see you and they want to get things done. They want to go on to the next level. They want to be new, fresh, dynamic. Taurus, that's an energy that you inspire. You inspire others to be better than where they currently are. You have that gift, that effect on others. King of Wands gets, those are 2 cards. 7 of Wands. And we have 9 of Swords. So first of all, Taurus, significant Leo, significant fire energy all the way around. So let me say that you do inspire people, Taurus. You also encourage people to push past the limits that they had previously set for themselves. Could also be, Taurus, in this energy too, that while dealing with you, Taurus, the people who deal with you, well, they're forced to become better than they were. The actions or the circumstances that they were afraid of, Taurus, it's have to face them and mature and go on past those limitations, Taurus, that held them back before they met you. 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands, too, is significant Leo energy. Taurus, where your luck resides, again, as I said, is immediacy. This is the effect that you have on others, Taurus. But again, pushing someone towards their best, inspiring someone towards their best, doesn't necessarily benefit you in this energy, other than just some karma, good karma, coming your way indirectly. Like, what do they call that? Charity. Donating. And that type of energy. But ultimately, Taurus, what I have here for where your luck resides, again, comes back to immediacy. For the situations to be best for you, Taurus, they need to move fast. Taurus, don't allow anything to drag on too long or too much, or focus, or not the word, get stuck almost. Because there's a tendency here, Taurus, that you can get stuck at a certain point or with certain people or in a certain location. And those parts of being stuck is not good for you. You need fluidity, you need quickness, and you need growth. And with this is the energy, Taurus, that you can make lots of big strides, but you must have the courage to pick up. And perhaps, Taurus, with all that fire energy, pick up and place yourself in new situations that perhaps could be a tad uncomfortable, rather than remaining in those situations that are comfortable, but again, they have no quickness. And you, Taurus, are elevating those around you to excellence. But that's solo energy that you are imparting to them. It's not really elevating the environment, the situation, the connection to excellence. Something to keep in mind. Leo. Leo, I have surprising Leo. If somebody presents something to you, Leo, in the right manner, you can become quite attached, Leo. Quite attached, quite dedicated. Maybe too much so, Leo. That is where your luck resides, is your dependability once you have committed to a cause, to a situation, to a person. It's like there's nothing that you won't do with all your power for the group, for that which you believe in. So know that, first of all, Leo, be careful with whom and what you give your allegiance to. Your effort, who you labor for, what you strive for, who you strive for, who you strive with, what you strive towards, Leo, because all those things, Leo, can become so encompassing that pretty much forms your entire routine. And you can get caught up in it, Leo, waiting for that perfect moment, Leo. Or perhaps you would go off to other things, but this is very almost eternal energy. As long as there's a reason to keep on moving, as long as there are ties of belief to keep on doing, then this situation endures. Something to consider. Ten of Wands gets a Five of Cups. Knight of Swords. The Ten of Wands. Leo, where your luck resounds, is that you have a lot of ability, a lot of talent, a lot of motivation to do. But it's also like a double-edged sword, Leo. You could be so busy in the creating and the building that time you step back after you put in significant investment, Leo, it could be hard for you to disengage from that which you've already built. Legacy and history is both your gift and also, Leo, your sticking point, your sticky point. That's also, you could endure, you can linger in situations that are not the best for you. Leo, you have immense strength. You should watch where you focus that strength and, Leo, your loyalty. You can get bogged down and tunnel vision, Leo, like a horse with blinders, going blindly along a path that's set for you. Be a little bit more wild, Leo. And finally, Capricorn. see Capricorn. Capricorn. So the same, almost the same cards. Let me go and shuffle this a little bit. You know, Leo, Capricorn, if your gifts were the same as Leo, I don't know. Because Capricorn's energy really is that of expansion, raw creation, raw ability, brisk. It's like the immense energy to do something, the immense possibility to do something before something's actually done. That is an energy of Capricorn. Lots of potential there. And that Capricorn's probably challenge is out of that ether of all that power and ability. What do you choose? What do you grab? What do you create and harness? From your collective Capricorn. Ace of Pentacles, of course, is Capricorn energy. And I have the Lovers. All shiny, aren't you, Capricorn? Lots of opportunity, Capricorn. Either you have, or you had. Very attractive energy, Capricorn. As I said, I feel like this is sort of a three-way energy. Could be talking about the past, the present, or the future. Could be talking about all three, Capricorn. Because again, Capricorn, let's go back to what your energy is. All that possibility is in your collective's energy. The possibility of creation. Any path you choose, you can create. Or at least, Capricorn, you can create the opportunity to see if there's potential there. What you are interested in, you will at least be given the opportunity to try and realize it. Six with the Lovers for Capricorn. I have the Emperor. Death. And Six of Pentacles. Hermit, Six of Wands and Justice. Almost like Capricorn, a need to watch your step. Need to move carefully. Perhaps it could be need to move carefully. Well, I have impact here, Emperor and Death. Where your luck resides, Capricorn, is partnerships, definitely partnerships, Capricorn. I feel like here is another double-edged sword, though, with Emperor and Death. You know, a lot of power. You have a lot of opportunity to go and bring that which you desire or obtain that which you desire to you. But likewise, too, sometimes your energy or your handling of it could be a bit large, a bit massive, a bit heavy. Delicacy, Capricorn. is what you need to practice. It's like delicacy and refinement, because again here, this energy is like watching your step. Very powerful energy that you have here. You can't go and throw that weight around too much. You'll crush that which is around you, Capricorn. Capricorn, you don't need to exert yourself in any particular way. But what you do need to do is to refine your approach, to be delicate, to be soft, to learn softness, delicacy, and diplomacy. It's probably the biggest assets that you can have, Capricorn, because you yourself naturally in your collective are such powerful individuals with such strong magnetic appeal. What could be a tap to you, Capricorn, could be like a crater to someone else. Something to keep in mind, Capricorn, light touches are best, light dealings are best. Because again, you have pretty heavy energy. All right, so those are all the signs. I will list out the signs, even though it's the end of the reading, in the description. And until next time, bye-bye.